Good morning. I'm Jacob with TCG, and this is our Find the One Piece series. I know I missed last week. Had a lot going on at work. I caught a little bit of cold. I made a video. The video was shit, so I deleted the video, and now we're here to do another one. So today we're going to talk about promotion cards in One Piece. These cards at one point 3 or 4 months ago were 25 cents a pop. I actually just sold one that I bought for maybe $5 4 or 5 months ago. Got it graded and got a PSA 10. Sold it for about $350. It's a great deal. But anyways, like promotion cards there's many ways to get promotion cards. In One Piece, you get them from, we're not going to focus on winner cards because obviously those are things you win at locals, things you win at store championships, treasure cups, regionals, offline regionals, and the nationals. We're going to talk about the promo cards you just get in random packs, right? You get them if you go to the store and you play, you get your free pack. You could pull something really great out of those. You could get them out of illustration boxes, could get it out of illustration boxes or illustration collection boxes, gift collection boxes, so on and so forth. I mean, these promotion cards have been going absolutely insane lately, and we're going to dive into it and see what the profit margin is. Are they worth getting? Are they worth collecting? If you're a player, kind of like, I mean, I am a player. I'm not as dedicated as players most, but I am a player, and you kind of just start stacking all these promotion cards on top of each other. You have a whole binder full of them. Well, they're actually worth quite a bit of money. So let's jump into it. The first card we're going to go over is the Nami from the Gift Collection 2023 One Piece promo cards. As you can see on the screen, it's selling for about $60 for light play. We're going to go to near mint, see what past ones are sold for near mint. We got $65, 65, 70, 67. So for the sake of this video, we'll do $65. Okay, this came out in 2023, so you can't go to the store and buy them anymore. You can only buy them on the secondary market. But if you're able to snag one of these and send it off to get graded, we're just going to use PSA and get a 10. The last one that I was able to find that was sold for $380. It says or best offer, but typically it'll have the line going across it as if the best offer and won't give you the price. So $380. So your $60 card plus $20 to send it off to get graded. We'll say turn about $90. $90 turns into $380. Great margins, great for just a pickup. And honestly, like Nami is one of those staples. And this isn't even one that shows are all provocative, but Nami is a staple for One Piece. With the new set coming out, EBO3, it's going to be absolute chaos whenever that set does come out. It's called the Heroine set. And you're going to see Nami's just skyrocket. So the next card we're going to go over is Perona. This Perona card specifically you get out of the Card Collection Best Selection Volume 4, right? The little book that you buy from Bandai opens up, has like 10, 12 cards in it, all essentially, I'm pretty sure most of them are like reprints, just with different alt arts now. Anyways, this card is being sold. It says market price about $8. We'll see if the last few near mints are sold. 8, 7, 7, 13 is kind of an anomaly, but we'll say we'll go the higher end. We'll go $8. So $8 to buy this card if you're able to find a good near mint copy. $8 to buy it. 20 bucks plus shipping. $25. So you're in for about 30 total bucks, $33, and the last PSA 10 sold was $106. So that's about between $70 to $80 profit. This card is fantastic. It's one of those cheap promos that you could go out, you could buy and make a quick profit on them. So One Piece is a player-based game, but it's becoming more and more, the collectors are starting to get an input. They're starting to see all the great artworks, and it's starting to show when you take an $8 promo card, get it graded, now you're selling for $100. So the next card, this is a way bigger card than the previous two, is Tony Chopper. Using the gift collection of 2023, same with that first Nami that we showed. It's Chopper dressed up as Santa, has the sack over his shoulder. Still a playable card. I have played people who use this card as a playable card just because, once upon a time ago, this was not an expensive card. Near mint data is saying $65 to $70, so we'll just go the high end. We'll go $70. So $70 for this Chopper and a near mint. And the last one sold by PSA on January 24th was for $405. And that was after a bid too. So you take your $70 plus your additional 20, 30. So we'll go up to $100, turn that $100 into a $400 sold, $300 profit. Well, once again, because it's so old. So if for those of you who don't know, who are kind of new to One Piece and jumping into it, Bandai does not reprint promos. Once those promos go out into the world, they don't reprint them. Like I have not seen like a reprint of the gift collection illustration box 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we just had 6 and 7, if I'm tracking it right. 6 and 7 just came out recently for illustration boxes. When you go to big box stores and buy, has your 2 promo cards, has your 4 packs. I believe this one had OP13 and PRBO2. Like they're not going to reprint those. Once those are distributed, they're done. So like a lot of people, we saw it everywhere here in Yuma. A lot of people bought them and they were immediately trying to sell them for $70. And that's just where we are for the One Piece TCG. Okay, so moving on, we have the Premium Card Collection, Best Selection Volume 4. This, once again, one of those books you open up, and this is what a lot of people call it the Gengar Nami. It's been going absolutely crazy recently. I mean, we're going from November as a $10 card, and now we're sitting at $40 market price with last near mints being sold between 75 and we'll say $80. So we'll go the high end, $80. So this $80 Nami card, and a lot of you'll see like labeled on eBay or even in card shows and whatnot. It'll show Gengar Nami. That's what everybody calls it, Gengar Nami. It's not freaking Gengar. It's Zeus. Neither here nor there. The Nami card for $80 the last sold was $550. This is from just a random guy. This is even like one of the big auction sites like PSA, ZG, whatever, Collector Card Galaxy, so on and so forth. Like these guys who do co-consignments, whoever they do consignments. This is just your normal run-of-the-mill guy sitting at home, probably just selling eBay cards, kind of like how we're doing, and he sold for $550. So you're going to take your 80 plus your 30 for grading and shipping, so 110 into $550. Huge upside to this. So I did recently buy a collection best selection volume 4. The centering on all those cards are not to Bandai quality as you'd expect. A lot of the centerings are pretty messed up, so it might be a little more difficult to get a PSA 10. I'll let you guys know. I typically don't send One Piece to PSA. I am always a Beckett guy, so I have all those going out to Beckett, and I'll have to make a whole nother video on that, but we'll kind of talk about that. The grading companies right now are in absolute shambles. Beckett is slowly following suit with PSA. I sent off a order 3 weeks ago. It hasn't even been registered in the system. I called them. They said they have it, but they're backlogged because they're doing all these shows and, whatever excuses they have. So we shall see. Just know if you're sending stuff to get graded, it's going to be a little stressful. Uh, you're never going to know when they get them. Once they do get them, it's going to take way beyond. I think in the middle, I sent both my shipments off to Beckett, and then I got the email saying that it got extended to 75 business days. So we're right on par with, Beckett was that reliable company. We'll see if I get back and I can see, evident that they just rushed through it, kind of how PSA's been doing. Please send again. We might be cooked in the grading department, which really sucks. That's how I make a lot of my money for my business, is buying raw cards, send them off to get graded, then selling them. Anyways, this isn't a rant video about grading. We'll do a whole nother video about grading. Which one should you use? Which one do I use? At this point in time, it's all personal preference. Like everybody has their flaws. Okay, so moving on, we have the Monkey-D Luffy Illustration Box Volume 3. So that was 3 and 4. So we just had 5 and 6. So 3 and 4, the ones before, they had OP12. I think they just had OP12. There might have been something else in them. Anyways, this is one of the cards. It was this card and a Zoro card that came in one box, and the Perona and the Mihawk that came in the Volume 4 box. Monkey-D Luffy, we were talking on this channel, was going absolutely insane. And just to show you guys how insane it was, when these came out, they were $1. Now there were $3, and you're like, oh, it's only gone up $2. I mean, that's still a 300% increase from initial what it was. And with near mint, the last near mint sold, well, we'll just go 825, 825, 7, 550, 840. So with that being said, we'll do $8. $8 sold. Get it graded. PSA 10 sold for 125 from like a relatively reputable eBay seller, but 125. So $8 plus your 20 to $30 to get it shipped and graded. So you're looking at about, we'll just round it up to 40. That 40 then turns into 125. So you're looking at about $85 worth of profit. And if I make a mistake during this with my quick math calculations I'm doing in my head, laugh in the comments. We're gonna put the correct correct denominator on the screen once I'm done editing the video. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Just have a little sidebar. So promotion cards in One Piece are going crazy. I think the promotion cards are obviously they're valuable because Bandai doesn't reprint. So once you have them, you have them. Now they mass produce them initially, right? Like, for those of you who collect One Piece and went to the stores, how many boxes did you see of One Piece for the illustration boxes for, what did I say, four? That was 3, 4, so 5 and 6. Probably an insane amount. And then the scalpers got them, so now you didn't get any. You maybe got one box from your LGS that hopefully hooked you up and kept it close to MSRP. And outside of that, you didn't get anything. So, it's going to start becoming like a gate kept card, all the promotion cards, and they're just going to go up in more value. And I see why they're going up in value. Some deserve it more than others. Like this Luffy card is it's pretty sick. But, I mean, like, however, though, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of copies of this one card. So if you're able to grab some from a guy who has a whole bunch, send them off to go get graded. Make $80. Make $80 a card when it comes back as a 10 because Bandai's print quality is 10 times better than Pokemon. Why not? Anyways, that's the end of the video. Once again, I apologize for not posting a video last week. Work got crazy, life, sickness, so on and so forth. I understand if you guys are watching on the East Coast, you guys are getting hit from a terrible storm. My original home's in North Carolina. It's getting 15 inches of snow. That doesn't happen in North Carolina. I'm sure the whole state's about to shut down and chaos is about to ensue. So stay safe out there, enjoy the weather, and we'll see you on the next video.